Hello and welcome back to another video by the Lesfm. I'm Sarah and today we have a video for support people. We will be looking at some things to consider when talking and interacting with traumatized littles. The information in our video is heavily based upon our own experiences with this and some brief research we've completed. All our sources are in the description. The information can also be applied to children who have been traumatized. Let's get into it. This video can be summed up with the big idea of helping the little feel safe and cared for. Littles may appear to overreact to some situations. It is important to realize that when this occurs, the little may be responding to a trigger that has caused an extreme amount of fear. Many littles fall back into the coping mechanism they used to get through the trauma. For example, our little A falls back into the habit of complying with the person who triggered the stressful situation. Other littles will respond by acting out or fighting. Some littles will experience episodes that look like breakdowns or panic attacks. Even though the situation may seem trivial, it is important to realize that the trigger has brought up horrendous memories. The behavior is not deliberate but an instinctive reaction to the perceived threat. It is also extremely common for the little to startle very easily and be difficult to calm down. Some littles experience flashbacks through body memories and emotional memories. They may not be able to express what they have been through or have visual memories of the events they experienced. Please try not to take their behavior personally. It is an unintentional trauma response. If they are distressed, try to keep your voice calm, collected, and reassuring. One of the best things you can do to help minimize the chances of a little being triggered is identifying their triggers. A trigger is anything that causes traumatic memories to re-emerge. Knowing little's triggers helps you to avoid them. If a little is triggered, how you respond is critical to making the situation better or worse. It is important to help the little know that they have the power now. Reassure them that it is safe now and they are not in danger. Reassure them that they can cry if they need to. Ask the little if they would like a hug, but do not touch them without their consent. Some littles will need physical reassurance, whilst other littles will respond negatively to physical touch. Allow them to initiate the physical contact. Our little A responds best when a hug is offered, but she initiates the contact. Little A is learning to ask for a hug from our safe people. She does this through the Auslan signs she knows. For some littles, a comfort item like a soft toy or a blanket will be better than a hug. If it is possible, it is helpful for littles to attend therapy sessions where they can express their emotions. Try to be emotionally available for the little to express themselves. Help them to express their emotions in a healthy way. It is not uncommon for traumatized littles to be angry and/or terrified. Listen to them when they tell you things and affirm and believe what they tell you. It is helpful if you are predictable and patient. If a little can know ahead of time how you will react, they are more likely to open up to you. Being patient also lets the little know that it is safe to express themselves. If a little is harming you, such as physically acting out, you need to put boundaries in place. Let them know that what they're doing is not okay and help them find healthier strategies, such as squeezing pillows or cathartic exercises. Some littles will act out in an attempt to prove that you will abandon them. Please try to be patient and try to stick by in your capacity. Ultimately, the little is the responsibility of the system, so you are not obliged to stick around. But if you are up to it, you can play a huge part in helping the system heal and grow. Littles find it incredibly hard to trust because their experience has been one of being repeatedly let down and hurt. If you are predictable, patient, and available, you can help the little and the system learn to trust again. It is important to acknowledge that the little is a child. Whilst the little A is in an adult body and has adult skills such as driving, she is only 6 years old. Other littles of the same age will have the capabilities of a 6-year-old. Treat a little like how you would treat a typical child of that age. In little A's case, talk about fairies and bunny rabbits. Do activities like colouring in or painting. We get cheap art and craft projects for our littles to do when they fund. Communicate with the little on their level. Some littles will be able to have a conversation like an adult, whilst other littles' language will match their age. Some littles may be 8 years old, but speaks like a 4-year-old. It is important to reach the little on their level, and even if they can hold conversations like an adult, it is good to talk about things that are more appropriate to their age. A lot of this advice is under the assumption that you are interacting with the little in a safe and private environment. If you and the little are out in public, chances are the both of you will need to mask. If you are out in public and or not in a safe place, please try to stay with the little. This will help minimize the stress they feel. It won't stop the stress, but it can be helpful. Try to acknowledge that you've noticed that they are out in a way that doesn't bring attention to them. For us, our support people will point at us, then hold their fingers about 2 centimeters apart to subtly ask if we are small at that point in time. I am told that being acknowledged is helpful for little A to feel a bit calmer. It means that there is at least one person aware who is knowledgeable about her communication style. If a little is distressed in public, support and comfort them as much as you can. The resources we have added to the description are all for foster carers responding to children who come into their care. Not everything in these resources will be helpful, as the little you are engaging with is not in your care. But knowing how to interact with a traumatized child can help you interact with littles and the system as a whole. Please check out the resources if you would like more information. Thank you for taking your time to watch the video. We hope the information in this video is helpful. Please know you are loved by the incredible God of the universe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!